Plaintiff Salvador Sandoval is suing his mother-in-law, Anita Rodriguez, for attorney fees and medical expenses. Salvador says the defendant lied to the police about him assaulting her and being a drug dealer. But Anita says the plaintiff is so violent that he tried to kill her daughter just weeks ago. She's countersuing for slander and defamation of character.
Salvador Sandoval is suing Anita Rodriguez, his mother-in-law, for attorney's fees, medical expenses, and punitive damages. How are you today?
Good afternoon.
And Anita is countersuing her son-in-law for slander and defamation of character. Okay, Salvador, we'll start with you.
Your Honor, the defendant is my mother-in-law, and she is a wolf in sheep clothing. She's very vindictive.
She doesn't look like a wolf to me.
No, but she's very vindictive, and she's very controlling and manipulating.
Okay.
And then in 2006, she had contacted my wife, stating that she was having problems with her boyfriend as far as physical abuse, and she had a condition. She had a breast cancer, and she needed, support. And but I opened my home to her to come stay with us because of her abusive relationship, where she lived in Kingston, New York. And
her abusive relationship with whom?
With her boyfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there and helped her move from that situation and brought her to my home.
And where is your wife?
My wife is...
This is your wife?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And the thing is, she had abandoned my wife at the age of 15. So, she didn't have really a relationship as far as that was concerned. Mm-hmm. And so I felt that at that time, it would be a good idea to rekindle the relationship because then she was going through all that. And subsequently, she moved in, and little by little, problems started arising as far as arguments.
All right, so the way I get it is that even though you say the defendant, your mother-in-law, abandoned your wife when your wife was 15, you thought that when she had breast cancer, that you would bring her to your house and that you would rekindle whatever relationship your wife might be able to create with her mother again.
Correct.
Okay, what happened?
It started, problems started arising because, she would have relationships with her father.
So the defendant would resent whatever relations your wife had with her own family?
With my father-in-law.
Come on up here.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your name? Stand up.
I'm sorry. Holly Sandoval?
Did your mother abandon you?
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you?
I was 15.
What happened?
She had wanted me to do something against my father, which I would not do. I would not comply with her. And so she was upset. And she wanted to move to Rhode Island to go to Johnson & Wales to finish out her degree. She left me with my sister. And one day on the phone, she called and she's like, just stay with your father. Just go live with your father because that's what you've always wanted.
How old were you at this time?
I was 15.
Had she moved out of the house, the apartment, wherever you were living?
Yes.
Was what your mother wanted you to do, did that have something to do with the divorce?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would she lie about that? She doesn't look like she's lying to me.
Okay.
Okay, what?
For all intents and purposes, I thought she was safe with my daughter because they never had gotten into any arguments or anything. As a matter of fact, she's the one that called me, and I guess her and her sister got into a physical fight or something like that. I don't really know exactly how it happened.
How would you know? You weren't around.
Exactly. All
right. Who are you?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Jesus Sandoval. I'm the plaintiff's brother.
Okay. Why are you here?
Due to the consequences they had with the relationship and then the arrest with my brother and her mother, I got involved in it too. She got me involved in it and spread rumors that I was dealing narcotics, I was in gangs, and that ruined my credibility with the Cicero police. And during that time I was on parole, so it was easier to when they had my brother arrested to get me arrested too.
Did you get arrested? You sit down. Did you get arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
My mother-in-law alleged that I had struck her, which was not true.
Did you hit her?
No, ma'am, I did not
Do
hit
you
her.
have evidence that he hit you?
I have the police report, Your Honor.
Let's see it. Did the police come that night?
On March 22nd, she moved out of the house, out of my house.
Your wife?
My wife did, because she convinced her, with all the fighting and stuff, I couldn't take it no more because I had just had surgery, back surgery done.
What you're saying is that your mother-in-law convinced your wife to leave you?
Yes, because of the fighting.
Holly, you want to move over a little bit and let
Yes.
your wife near the microphone? And did your husband hit your mother?
No, ma'am.
Your mother has made a statement to the Cicero police. Victim refused to make a complaint. A complaint on her behalf was made, weapon recovered and inventoried for safekeeping. You didn't want him arrested?
This is the original report on mine. And what I was going to try to tell you is that as recently as 2 weeks ago, through the Freedom of Information Act, I'm trying to show you that there's a pattern of domestic violence, and there's no way that my daughter can deny that he tried to kill her 2 weeks ago, because I also have that report.
Let me see the police reports.
And both times he had a 38 millimeter Smith.
Do you have a gun? Yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a permit?
Yes, I do.
Where's the gun now?
At home.
All right, is it a full carry?
Just for protection at the house, in case somebody breaks in, but it's never was used, never was fired.
Victim related that listed subject began to push her out the door and punched her in the back with a closed fist, knocking her into witness Sandoval. You're witness Sandoval.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now, this is March 22nd, and this is 2 weeks ago. Again, dispatched a physical disturbance with weapons in the house. Holly. Talk to me, Holly.
There was a verbal altercation, but then there was also an incident where he did, put his hands on me. And so I proceeded to call the police.
You know what? You're twice the size that she is. How dare you put your hands on her?
Right.
How dare you? What's wrong with you? And what are you here for? What were you arrested for?
Can I speak?
Yes.
During the altercations, when they came in,
Which altercation? The one where she was
with the domestic,
she was?
No, with the domestic. When she called it in.
That's a
so
domestic
she called the
too.
police for the domestic, and they were taking a while. And she called back and said, "They have drugs here. Bring the canine. He's on parole."
You said that?
No.
Cops rained. It came. The whole force came. The gang tactical narcotics division. I was on parole at that time.
Why were you on parole?
For a burglary to a vehicle.
How much time did you get?
3 years.
Not your first.
No. So it's
Before the burglary, what?
that's just burglaries.
All burglaries.
Just cars.
Just cars? Just
Just cars.
thieves. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Your Honor, you'll have to excuse me without getting into too much detail. His brother is a gang member. He'd had gang members over to his house. I actually
true.
witnessed him.
It's not true.
Who's a gang member?
Joker Bus. His name is
What's his name?
Jesse. That's his gang name, Joker Bus.
That's not true, Your Honor.
What gang?
Well, he was in the Kings in prison, but then he turned colors, supposedly. I don't know too much about gangs, but now he's a 2-6, and he has all the 2-6 guys hanging out. Well, I don't know about now, but prior to the investigation, they were coming and smoking pot in front of the kids, both of them.
She smoked pot as well.
Oh, no, I didn't.
So you admit you smoked in front of the kids?
See, we got
Oh,
along,
not in front of the
in
kids.
that case, we got along
but
really well.
She was
okay?
telling the narcotics unit that I was smoking to the point where after conducting the investigation, the police said nobody was going to be arrested. What she did is she called the supervisor and insisted on me being arrested in front of the kids.
All of you deserve each other. You got her abandoning the kid. You're pushing her. You're pushing her. You're in prison, and now and then you show up with them. What a crazy family.
Your Honor.
Your Honor,
May I?
Your Honor, she
Why
drives.
not?
I pay my debt to society. I try and become a productive member of society. She ruined my credibility. I was never in the gang.
I tell
and
you,
I
Joker,
still get judged to this
Joker
day.
bust. I hope you're right. I hope you're
God
right.
is my witness.
You know what? At the end of the day, everything you do from today forward matters. You did pay your debt to society, but you better watch it. You're going to be a persistent, you ain't never coming out, and you know what it's like in there. All right?
Right.
That's my word to you. Now you sit down.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have
I don't want to talk to you anymore. All right? You push her around, you push her around.
I did not push
You're
her.
smoking weed at the house. What's wrong with you?
I wasn't smoking in front of the kids. She was smoking along
You don't
with
think
me.
the kids can smell it?
But I have a two-flat.
You're outside, right?
No, I was upstairs.
The issue is whether the defendant is liable to the plaintiff for attorney's fees, medical expenses, and punitive damage, and whether the plaintiff is liable to the defendant for defamation. At the end of the day, what we have here is two parties who are so antagonistic toward each other that they believe that the other should be responsible for part of their agony and part of the expenses they've gone through for being close to each other. Here's the bottom line. Nobody wins. You all lose. Nobody collects any money. Stay away from each other. And if you're battered, you better protect yourself because your mother's not going to be around to protect you. Not that she was around when you were a kid, but you've got no one to protect you from this point. If you're going to move on with your life, move on. You stay away from them and you stay out of trouble. That's it. Nobody wins.